Cops don't stop school shootings, they start them. Cops at UCLA have been filmed using non-lethal ammunition to fire upon students peacefully protesting at UCLA to stop the Palestinian genocide that is happening in Palestine. What world do we live in that requires armed police officers to go in to shoot at students on a place where education happens and where they are using their amendment given rights and then forcefully oppressing them and stripping them away? What fucking cartoon villain shit is this? Literally, cartoon villainy right here. This is fucking 1945 Nazi Germany shit, and that's not even a joke. I am being so serious when I say that. Because you see these guys, you see them being filmed, and then suddenly, like, you watch the video, right? Watch the video. They are standing back, not approaching the officers. One of the officers raises a shotgun and then fires into the crowd with his non-lethal rounds. He goes from standing at ease to raising it and shooting off. What the fuck are you doing? And then you see this other dude in the front, this other cop going, stand back for your own safety. Yeah, while your partner in the back is literally putting people in fucking harm's way. Non-lethal rounds can still be fucking lethal if they hit you in the right spot. Luckily, hopefully, whichever student got hit with those rounds, because he fired off 3, was at a distance and got hit where it will only leave bruising and bleeding. It shouldn't have been happening in the first place. But guess what? Guess what? Not only are the cops very trigger happy at UCLA, they are also very skittish and willing to shoot. We've seen the pictures, we've seen the videos if you've seen them online, of a cop with his hand on his pistol. Just ready, skittish, chewing away at his gum, just looking around. You can tell in his body language that this dude is fucking afraid for his life at these student protesters. You know, the one with a 17 stacked mag in his fucking holster is scared to life of these young adults, right? And you know what? He should be. Because eventually, because of their actions, these nonviolent protests will no longer be nonviolent. Because of their actions. They are causing problems for themselves. Armed oppression can only be stopped for so long with peaceful passivity. It is crazy, everything going on. Oh, but don't even get me started on the fact that there's pro-Israel protests going on at UCLA as well, but they're violent about it. And that's not even a joke. They are vehemently violent about it. Actively going in and starting fights with pro-Palestine protesters. Ripping down guard gates, ripping down signs, punching people in the face, everything. Even old women, elderly women that are there that are trying to protest to stop a genocide from happening, calling them anti-Semitic because they don't support Israel actively while doing all this violence. It is not anti-Semitic to call Israel an occupational genocidal force, because they are. That is what they were meant to do. Their doctrine was said to be a settler colonial state. And don't even start. If you say, well, if they're a colonial state, who are they part of? Settler colonialization is where you are the people that you are coming from. It is not a mother or father country that you are a colony of. You are that father, mother nation. That is what Israel is. That's what settler colonialism means. That was the point. They knew what they were doing. And it is not anti-Semitic to call out these Israels. Or whatever. I was going to say Israelites, but that doesn't make sense. Israelis? That would be it. For, like, doing this horrible shit. Like, they say that they're Jewish, despite the fact that they are vehemently going against everything of their scripture teachings. They are causing all of this harm to everything. And as soon as you try and speak up, they call out anti-Semitism. That's not anti-Semitism. If anything, it perpetrates actual anti-Semitism. Because now there are people that are calling Zionist anti-Semitic terms and then harming other Jewish communities because of their actions. Because they have stolen the identity of Jewish people and said that they are the real Jews. Literally ruining the reputation of everyone around them. And I've heard that somewhere before. Somebody appropriating the term of another group and then ruining it for the rest of everyone else. These student protesters at UCLA are some of the bravest people to be able to stand up against this armed oppression and still call out in support of innocent people in Gaza, Rafah, and all of Palestine. Seriously, they really are. And pardon me for misspeaking there earlier. My mind's not really straight. My terms are, flowing properly. But, yeah, And if anyone says, well, they're not nonviolent, or they're not peaceful protesting. Yeah, well, most of the most successful ones are nonviolent, or violent, rather. Look at Stonewall. Stonewall, there were people throwing bricks at those cops, and they deserved it. But guess what? All the media will have eyes on them if anything like that happens, and then they'll construe it into being seemed like Nazis, while the Nazis are literally at their front door and are in blue uniforms stopping the so-called protests in defense or whatever. Not so-called protest, but you know what I meant. I misspoke again. But yes, this is the world that we live in. Cops don't stop school shootings, they start them. Click.